your fucking hands up.
Hello and welcome back to a DayZ tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at slots and proxies. So by now we should have a config set up for our item, or vanilla item if this is what we're editing. So to create a slot, we're going to need to copy this from here and put this just between CFG patches and CFG vehicles. So this is where we need to edit our slot name. So we'll have this slot and we'll call this, I don't know, clock or a clock. So these two need to match, and here we'll call this YouTube clock. For a ghost icon, we can go into the P drive, go into scripts, go into this config, and we can look for a ghost icon. So just for the laughs, we'll use a suppressor as our icon. So now, to make an attachment slot for our item that we made, we can take this attachment line and just put this in our config just here. So now, we take our A clock and replace this here. So now, this item has an attachment slot called A clock, where an item can go into it. Now say we need an item to actually go into this. So for a vanilla item, we can go to DayZ and find the config for the item that we want. So I'm going to look for a tools, and I'm going to take this alarm clock base. Open up a new tab. I'm just going to take out anything that I don't need. So now we need to make an inventory slot. So if we go and take this here, paste this here, delete all of this here. If we just put this A clock in here, we can put this just after our item right here. But we need to make sure we're calling this up here. Right. So now any one of the alarm clocks should fit into this military box. So if we was to make a proxy, on our item, we would need to open our object builder. Just open our item. We can find that. Tutorial 1, data box. So let's create proxy now. So if we go to create proxy, so if you want to find the item you're looking for, so let's create a alarm clock proxy. So you can see the alarm clock when you attach it to the box. So let's look for the alarm clock P3D. where was it? Gear, tools, alarm clock. So let's line this up now. So there's our military box, and there's the alarm clock. So just lower the military box. What we need is we know that needs to go higher. That's just a little bit too high. We set that down in the middle there. That looks about right. So now what we do is we will go to Object Builder, and we would create a proxy again to the alarm clock. And what we'll do is we'll remove that. So now we've just got an empty proxy, and we'll save this in our mod folder. We'll call this a clock box. So now we come back to our model, and we can right click on our proxy. We can rename that. We can browse and we can find that proxy P3D that we just made. We can remove the P and the dots. First, backslash. There we go. Now we can save this. So now we can go back to our config. And we'll take this line of code just here, and we'll put that at the bottom. So now we need to find our model we just made. And paste that in here. The inventory slot that it's going to be looking for is a clock. And this name right here needs to match this P3D name. That's it. Now we've created a slot. We've added that slot to our military box here. We've added the slot to the alarm clock, so the alarm clock goes on the military box. And we've also created a proxy for the alarm to show on the military box when we attach it. So now we can go and build this mod. Tutorial 1. Let's go and put that in our mods test. We won't binarize that. Just keep the time down a little bit. Build successful. So DayZ. This runs mods test. And we'll just wait for the game to load. Now DayZ is loaded. Spawn in military box. We have an attachment slot called YouTube clock with the icon of the suppressor. If we get one of these clocks out, should go on top. There we go. Hope that was useful. All these configurations will be left in the link in the description below. Stay tuned and hope you enjoyed.